Myself. Wow. Jesus. I haven't really spoken yet, so my throat was just like. Hello, Mr. Wolf. Did you ever play What's the Time, Mr. Wolf, when you were growing up? Like when you were a kid. What's the time, Mr. Wolf? I also haven't long woke up myself and it's 2 PM here. I wasn't busy. I was just barely getting up. So I didn't actually get to do my arts. I didn't really... Oh, okay. Actually, at least it's a decent time. You guys are ahead an hour at the moment, aren't you? So soon... What, you're only back 4 hours right now, but soon you'll be back 5 hours again. Because you share the same time as Eastern, don't you? In America. I don't know, but I'm going to actually sit in there because I did promise I'll sit in chat. Someone wanted me to do it, so if you are interested, I will sit in the moderation chat and you can just tell me in the Discord if you want to chat. If you don't want to chat, that's fine, I don't. You're chatting with me now, so unless you want me... Unless you want to verbally speak back to me, you're kind of doing the same thing already. Oh yeah, look, bucket. I forgot I did that. No, I wanna you be my bag today? So let's throw this over to Maya. Okay. Oh no, I want to practice my art style. So we're gonna. There's this video. Where this guy does like a Studio Ghibli style. And he ends up with like that kind of look. And then when he's done, he doesn't show you the rest of the stages, but when he's done, it looks like this. So I want to see if we can, you know, do something like that. That'd be cool. If not, I'll just go to my other style that I usually do. Because I'm actually capable of doing that. That's only has 50,000 views. That's crazy to me. Distributed substance. And let's try to retexture my tankard. That'd be a good one. Oh, there you go. If you guys didn't see, look, this is my character I made for that commission work. He told me I could share it, so I thought I'd share it. Excuse me. Look at him. Low poly character. He's like 400 polys, 500 polys, and it's a 512 map. Actually, no, it's a 512 map. He wanted like a super low poly character. But I do think it looks kind of cool. Like, obviously, when you get close, it's 512, so it's quite low poly. But I do think it looks kind of cool in 2K. I didn't paint it in 2K. You can see that kind of when you're looking at it. But as especially here, but I still think it looks kind of cool. He's got hero pants on. He's not just got really big hips. That was fun though. I've not really done a character before. Not something like that anyway. Let me quickly do like. Hello? Hello? There you go. They're screwing in the mic a little bit. So he starts. He does that. He does like a brush on it essentially, and then basically he just follows the rest of what I would do for my textures. So a blur slope. So he has a base, which doesn't need a blur slope. I don't know why I have it on there. And he has a BMW spots. Let's watch the tutorial. Let's mute. We've got some coffee. Ooh, nice. I do not have coffee.
To sort of figure out a way to get as close as we can in 3D. Going to just all lighting.
We'll just skip it for the tutorial.
Is that don't stress too much about getting everything perfect right off the front. And then after procedural grunge maps, black and white spots 1 in the grayscale slot. You're going to see one of the main tricks I use here to slow or hand-painted feel. It looks much more stylized than force behind this project.
I like it without the directional blur as well. Oh god. There you go, like that. More of a blotchy looking paint. That looks like it's actually stroked.
After that, we're going to make sure that we add a blur directional filter as well, just to give it that swiping motion of the paintbrush strokes. And finally, to add some thickness to it without actually adding a thickness layer, we're going to use sharpen. If you add if you increase the intensity of a sharpen filter, it almost pops out the edges of the brushstrokes, makes it look a little more believable. And then all you have to do is turn down the opacity a little bit, and you've got some nice little brushstrokes.
So it says it's a normal, and he just turns on the opacity. That's what mine looks like. I don't want that, do I? The white is way too white. Turn it too far down, you get nothing. The overlay looked like it just worked better for me.
Carrying on from that idea, we're going to replicate that a few more times to add some layers to the paintbrush strokes as well. So create a folder, because we're going to keep everything organized, and add your first fill layer to it.
Yep.
PBR is fantastic because it allows us to create all of these layers like this, and then go back and experiment with them and change them around. So just like last time, we're going to add a black mask and add a filter. This time I used the cells 4.
Cells 4. Oh, sorry, I gotta go in the filter. Cool.
Now this is a little overwhelming and too noisy, so what you can do is you can bring down the balance all the way down, and then that'll actually remove a lot of the cells from there and add that patchy look in the brushstrokes.
I don't even know what you changed there.
Is you can bring down the balance all the way down.
You change the scale.
And then that'll actually
to like 0.4. Oh, not balance, sorry. He turns this down to 0.4. Okay.
Remove a lot of the cells from there and add that patchy look in the brushstrokes.
Randomize the seed a couple times.
And just like the layer before it, we're going to add a blur slope to give it that hand-painted look.
The blur slope tool is what does most of this work. It does look like camouflage. Watch this. If you guys generate a... Is it not a generator? Oh no, sorry, it's a filter. Let me set that up a little bit.
Once you play around with the settings a bit and get a result that you like, The main idea is that we're going to be duplicating this layer about 2 to 3 more times and just slightly tweaking all the values. Adding size, rotating a little bit, changing color, hue. All these small tweaks are going to add a richness and depth to this.
There was literally no change doing that. What about if it's multiply?
Texture.
What does he say? He's
that are going to really help.
Does he just have his normal and turn down the? I don't really like that.
Help sell that hand painted look.
He keeps it at 100. I don't know, right? I mean, you know, if that's what he wants to do, I'll keep going. But no, was it on 1? Yeah, it's up to, I say 2. Okay. So then he disrupt duplicates it.
Now, since
Goes into blur slope, turns up the goes into cells, turns up the rotation.
Since this is a fully PBR material, don't be afraid to.
And he changes the scale.
Go back and make bolt.
And turns down the balance on the slope. Wait, on the slope? No, on the cells.
Colors and big shapes. Everything doesn't have to blend in nicely and fit nicely. We can always change it, and part of this art style, it has.
Oh, then he changed the color. Be like the base but darker. More saturated, so more like that.
A lot of bright colors popping out in places you wouldn't
He
expect.
sets it to an overlay. Yeah, do not like that. I mean, I don't want to change the colors too much.
It to be. Don't forget to mess with the opacity mode and the blending modes as well. I found that
He does change it to an overlay.
Mode worked best for this. Give it a nice soft touch on top of the.
Well, I mean, I can't even see that. Really? I can't see the as an overlay at all. That's strange. Oh, you know what? Maybe it was because if I turn that up a little bit. Cool. Cells. And he turns that down. You got like a little bit in there, you know what I mean? No, I'm saying. Turn that balance up a little bit. And change colour. I still really don't like the colour. Maybe I'll just go something like that instead.
Base texture. One important thing is don't forget to change the folder itself. The blending mode has to be overlay as well.
Oh, I didn't even use the folder in the end. Whoops. Yeah. Okay, what's he do now?
I ended up trying to use some orange here because I wanted to give it a splash of color. I don't think I end up using it in my final texture, but I want to show you guys the process behind it anyway, just so you can see my thought process and how I'm experimenting with these really, really loud colors together.
Yeah, I get it.
So the main idea for this folder is basically...
So it makes another brush stroke. Duplicate. Cells. Oh, this one at that scale, rotate a bit. And this one looks, he still sets it to an overlay, but it kind of looks like he's doing a multiply. We'll set it to an overlay still, just so it's what he's sort of doing. Yeah, and then it's like darker strokes. Giving it less color. I don't really know what the best way to do that is, but pretty much like that.
Create your first layer using the cells fill texture, and then go ahead and duplicate it 2 or 3 times, and then just change the values in the smallest bit, and that's going to add some really, really nice layering and depth to this texture.
Oh, he's adding sharpness as well. He didn't do that earlier. He actually has like a paid tutorial thing about doing this, but I was just curious what I could achieve.
Already looks pretty good from here.
Yeah, that's right. Or a little too sharp.
And after a bit of finessing, this is the final texture I ended up with. It looks like that using the normal blend, but when you switch it to overlay, you get this nice dull tone with a lot of
So that looks kind of painted. And if because of the way I've set it up, I should be able to just change this to whatever color I want. Not me. Now I'm saying.
Speaking of depth, you may notice that this still looks a little flat. So we're going to add some ambient occlusion in here by adding a black mask, and then we're going to add a generator, and we're going to use the ambient occlusion.
Okay, yeah. Okay. So this is the part I want to see how he does, mainly. So he has a new layer, black mask, generator. What there? Ambient occlusion? Ambient occlusion.
Generator. One thing to keep in mind is make sure you have to invert it, and you can see now the white.
Oh, there. I was like, where's that invert button? Okay, yeah, so it's filling up the areas.
Texture is only being picked up in the crevices.
Yeah.
Last thing is switch to multiply.
Let me also. This should still be in that layer, so I'm not affecting the rest of the shape. So multiply.
And then from here, all we really have to do is right click, and we're going to add the blur slope filter one more time.
He's going to add the blur slope again. What a madman. Oh my god. Roughness. That's pretty fine. The blur slope filter again. Oh, that's nice. It pretty much is the same style I kind of do, except you use a lot of blur slope. Pretty much. So we don't want it too intense because it actually needs to cover up the gaps. We can obviously turn this down a little bit and then turn the multiply down. That. And then if we go between that fills up some of that area. I'd say turn some of that, because it's in reverse, isn't it? I need to about there.
Just to give it that hand-painted look.
Okay.
We're going to basically blur slope everything.
Blur slope everything,
so play around with this setting as much as you want. As long as you've got a bit of darkness in the crevices, you should be good.
Yeah, okay. Highlights time.
And now that we have the crevices sorted out, let's go ahead and make the edges pop too.
Highlights.
By using a curvature generator. Same thing as the AO, except this time all we're going to do is use a slightly lighter color than the grayish blue that we're using.
Slightly lighter color. I have to invert? That looks freaking insane. What the heck am I looking at?
And we're going to add a curvature generator after adding our black mask.
Oh. Because I didn't add a black mask. Oh my god, it was. That's weird. Yeah. Oops. No. Invert again. Turn this down. It needs to be inverted, right? Yeah. Wow, that's... What the heck? Alright. Alright, yeah, blur it a tad. There you go. And then I assume he just does... I'll follow what he does in a second, but presumably he adds another filter. There's another blur slope. Turns it down a little bit. god. I wish there was an in-between one. I want them to be more chunky, but I can't. See, that's not enough. It's gonna have to be about there. Yeah, curvature.
The edge highlights don't need to be very prominent. They just need to be slightly lighter than the texture underneath. And the last thing we're going to do is
Wait, hold up. The heck was it? Looked like it's changing its color. That's cool. I mean, I could set it to normal and turn it down, but I don't think that's very good. Looks weird as well. Roughness is off. So I'd rather set it to a soft light, even though that's not what he did. Overlay. The overlay works. It just doesn't work as well as I want it to. Turns it up to max. Not bad. It just looks weird.
add a blur slope filter to that.
Yeah, and he's got a blur
to
slope.
add a hand painted look to the curvature texture as well.
See, the problem is I could set it to a normal, and basically I just need to find the color we're using. And I made that brighter. Something like that, and then you turn it down. Just have these really faint lines. But if I want to use this as a smart material, it would make more sense to have it as close as possible using an overlay. Ooh. Like that, because I can reuse it. I don't think this looks that great, but we'll see how it goes. Give some bright color. There you go. Is that the whole tutorial?
And add it.
So that's what he gets. So if I were to apply this now to everything, so it's... So it's a white mask quick. Oh, that looks interesting. Great smart material. We'll just call it... Painted stylized. Let's see what that looks like. For the people who just showed up, this is what it did look like before I want to try to do this style. If I can't do this style very successfully, I'll just end up going back to the style we had. All right. Yeah, it's what it looked like before. I'm assuming you still want that kind of stuff, but whatever. Okay, go back to black mask and that. Select you. Using not you. Cool. Now, if I were to paint it stylized in here, grab the in the black mask, set it for example. Oh, actually, I forgot to select this part. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. Select all the metal quick. Boom, 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 boom. In fact, why don't I just put underneath it and do a white mask and that'll select all the metal. And then make it looking metallic, coming in here. The color we're looking for. We can put the metallic up. Which means we've got to come into these ones and turn the metallic off. Oh my god, it gets really dark. Okay, let's turn the light on it up a little bit. I actually don't like a lot of time them being fully metallic. I like about 0.8 when I'm doing stylized. I know some people are like, you can't do that, but see, that just doesn't. I don't know. Like, The idea is cool that it makes it look painted. But like, I just don't know. Very interesting. I think the old style just looks better, doesn't it? I mean, it is partly because I've just not done a very good, duplicate of what this guy showed. Like, I just think this looks really cool. Which was the foam? That one. So maybe we'll just stick with that style then. Hard to say, but we'll stick with that style because I know how to do that style. Versus, like, obviously this style, which doesn't just. I don't know how he gets these looking so good. Oh well, we'll stick with my old style. I've looked at this tutorial a couple of times, and I don't know how he does it and makes it look so good. Because if you look, he looks like this. Like he was doing like this frog thing. Maybe it's just because it's a lot larger object. He only usually shows it on larger objects, so maybe it just works a lot better for larger objects. I don't know. It's very hard, very hard. Also, hello, Yogesh. I probably said that completely wrong. How's it going, man? Standing music back on. Man, I'm hungry. I think I'm gonna make some Mexican today. Fajitas. No, enchiladas. Should I make all my textures in Blender for you? You can if you want. I make all of mine in Substance. So I don't really know what to recommend when I use Substance. It feels a bit biased me telling you to use Blender when I use Substance, so... I will be using Maya to UV map though, because I'm a lazy boy and I don't want to learn how to do it in Blender. Well, I tried to, but I didn't really... I didn't really understand. Because I'm small brain. Where did I export that to? Desktop. Backpack. Where are you? Having a 2K monitor is really annoying. Oh, that is. Because of how small the icons are now. Hello, X Danger. How are we today? Where's the bag? It says it's somewhere. There you are. What the heck? How did I bring you in as well? Alright, let's pop you more towards the center. Bag's freaking huge. Try your best to work to scale when you can, but in general, like this is obviously, if this is in centimeters, this bag is freaking giant. But honestly, it really doesn't matter. Okay, really high poly. I should probably have fixed that before bringing it in. Yeah. Can I decimate it in here and basically sort it out in here? It's good reduce in there, isn't it? 75. I mean, what the heck? Was that like that before? Hold on a minute. We've got some... Oh, wait, don't close this. We'll just delete it. Okay. Delete it. Back into Blender. Fix those small issues and then re-export it. Didn't even realize I was overlapping. Size what materials are very good. I liked. As in the one I made. You like the one I made? Not well. My PC burnt out. Oh, your message got deleted. Did you delete your message? My PC died. Yes. Okay. Thank you. That wall material took me 15 hours to make. It was definitely not the easiest one. Honestly, with this one, I was going to add on a decimate to it, because decimating it by 1? Oh, no. Was it not this? I swear when I decimated this by 1, it looks cool. but it does not look cool. Maybe not. I don't want to make the rope low poly. It looks nice. So we'll go optimize, which is fine. Optimizing is something that, if you can, you should do it. You know, it's something that's going to take you extra time, but at the end of the day, if it's going to make whatever you're putting in run a bit faster, may as well. I've obviously said about I don't do it very often, but that's just because I work on a lot of personal projects and I don't need things to be optimized on personal projects. Like, I'm just having fun. But you know, if you can have them optimized, I'd like this to actually go on my portfolio. I think this bag looks really nice. So, I would like to actually make it more look like it's functioning for like a games engine. Which, again, the poly count at this high resolution probably isn't even that demanding in the games engine. So, it's all up to what you want, really. But if it doesn't look much different after deleting edge loops, it's fine. This middle bit, I want to keep this middle bit. There you go. That's better. My famous optimization streams. I'm ready for everyone to leave. Are you unwrapping now? I am not. I'm optimizing. Should stay smooth. Yeah. As you can see, it looks pretty much no different. How many polycount? What is the polycount of this? 100,000. Most of that probably comes from the rope, right? $12,000. Well, actually, not as much as I thought. Realistically, I should basically do a cylinder around this, around the rope, and then we bake that down. But like I said, I like the rope. I think it looks very cool, so I don't want to do that. I actually made this high poly by accident. If for those of you who weren't there for the stream, I accidentally applied the subdivision, so it wasn't actually originally that high poly. That's just me because I made a mistake. So now I'm having to optimize basically the mistake I did. Know what I'm saying? That shovel looks really cute. Nice work. Thank you. A lot of people think someone gave that shovel to me, but no, I made it myself. Can't really take away that. Probably could take away these though, right? Yeah. An easy way to optimize is just select every other edge loop. There's actually a command in Blender that will do that for you, but I can't remember what it is, so I'm just going to do it manually. I want to probably keep that. You learn from mistakes, bro. Exactly. I mean, it gives you some optimization practice. The question is, how high poly do we want this? Because I can get rid of this as well. Man, Sims is just great music. I just think I don't often make too many mistakes on stream. I like to think that, as much as it's probably not true. Wow, most of that is hidden. That's not supposed to be hidden. You're supposed to see that. I must have moved something at some point. That's supposed to be like this. There you go. That's a bit better, yeah. Oh, wait, with that said, that's supposed to be like a little... Is it not there? Oh, there it is. Huh. I must have moved this at some point, because look, if you can see, this little guy. Oh my god, I can't select him. There you go. That's better. Ooh. Oh, I don't know if I like that. Actually, put deleted here now. Needs to be like slightly down, right? I spoke the other day about how peripherals and stuff like that in video games assist you in playing the game. So I've recently got this like 2K monitor, and I've been playing games like Apex. And I must say, I was the last child my parents had, so I guess it's safe to say they learned from their mistakes. Jesus Christ. Oh god, you made me lose train of thought. Oh yeah. So I've got like a 2K monitor, and I must say, it makes aiming a lot easier. I don't care what anyone says. Oh, if you're blaming your tools, you know, you're the problem. It's not your tools. It's you, mate. I'm way better at shooting already just by getting like a 2K monitor. What games do you play? I play freaking everything. Lately, I've been playing Apex because my mate wants to play Apex. Shooting games are my least favorite genre these days. I freaking think shooting games are so lame. They're all exactly the same. I get nothing new from playing a shooting game. And I wish my mates... I have mates who still play Dark Souls and stuff with me, which is great. I love Dark Souls. But yeah, I'm not a fan of shooting games. And I probably will never be a big fan of shooting games for the rest of my life, because I played a lot of shooting games growing up, and I just feel like they're no different than they used to be. I've been playing Apex Legends. Someone told me that the multiplayer blender may actually be arriving to. Oh, that's cool. But you have to pay for... What was I talking about? Yeah, so I been playing a lot of Binding of Isaac recently, but that's kind of because the DLC is coming out. So I'm pretty excited about that. I haven't bought it yet, but I don't really like pre-purchasing things, so I'll just buy it when it comes out. I don't think it's any cheaper pre-purchasing, so I don't mind waiting to just pay for it when it's out. What else have I been playing recently? Been playing Minecraft again. Freaking Minecraft's such a weird game. Like, somehow I always end up back on Minecraft at some point of the year. That's a really interesting shape. I mean, oh, whatever. That's fine. Still quite high poly, but we reduced that quite heavily considering. And like, oh, I shouldn't have pushed tab. I've slitched everything. So I'm not too. I want it to be somewhat optimized, but like, I'm not gonna cry over it not being super optimized. That's absolutely fine by me. Crying is absolutely fine by me. You know. I remember, I guess this came to my head because emotions, but I remember I used to play a lot of horror games back in university. I still love horror games. I think they're one of the best genres of video games. I have a very few I have very few friends who actually like horror games. I do have Discord. Sorry, Johnny. I've if you scroll below, you'll see my Discord, like my Discord server. Horror games. What was I talking about? Horror games, right? And so I don't really react to horror games. Sometimes I get scared, but I don't particularly have actually any physical reaction to being scared when I play horror games. I'll be playing and I'll just like, and I'll be like, oh my god, oh, it scared me. Like that's about it. I don't particularly react when I play horror games. Is this not joined? Did I not have a joint version of this backpack? Is it joined inside? I guess it doesn't really make a difference because I could just join it in a minute. But wow, they're pretty good already. Yeah, actually, except from like, oh, you know, they're not too bad. That's all fine. And I remember being in class and someone was like, oh yeah, Steve just doesn't react when he plays horror games. Like, something was like come out scary and he barely reacts, he just finds it funny. Which is kind of true. If it's really... I find a lot of things funny in horror games because like it tries to get you to jump and I'm just like, good one. And then they were like, do you think that's just because he's really good with horror games, or do you think it's because he's dead inside? And my mate looked over at me and then looked back, went, dead inside. I was like, well, thanks. Gee, thanks. So a lot of this work could actually be done if I were to just decimate it by half. Because it's kind of what I'm doing, you know, I'm dividing it by half. But the reason I don't want to do that is because there's some bits I still don't want to remove. Like, I think I want to keep these top three, like here, because it has a big effect on its shape. Down here. And again, I think I don't want that one. We'll do the same on the side. Whereas decimating would be unbiased. It would just sort of go. Isn't everyone dead inside? I thought that was the norm, right? I don't know if I should ask Mega Cool Man, but have you had any luck recently about finding work? I can't remember if you said you were still looking or not, actually. This obviously needs to be reduced. This is very, very high poly for no reason. Well, it's because, again, I applied a subdivide that wasn't supposed to apply. So don't hate me because you ain't me, you know. When have there's ever been a person who sat there, looked at me and gone, man, I'm jealous of this guy. I feel like that's never happened. I must say, I'm not confident that that's been something that someone said when looking at me. Oh, sorry, I meant Megapixel, not Cool Man. You got the Mega part, man. Throws me off. You got tech. I can't even get tech support. Good job. I've been applying for tech support jobs for freaking ever, and I've had an interview for one. So, I mean, that's good to me. But maybe my standards are low. I've literally, they've just not given me an interview for God knows how long. like any tech support place. I just can't. Even though I've literally been told by companies I've worked for, oh, you should work in the tech department because they're trash. I'm like, yeah, okay, how do I apply? We don't know. Like, you're telling me to apply and you don't even know how I apply? I don't really know what to say to that. Well, that's much lower. It's still quite high considering. Hey, I'm new here. What are you working on? I am optimizing my backpack. The entire scene, however, is this. So I've made a character for it, which I'll show off as well. There she is. Turn this off. And this is the scene. And I've made an entire interior to it. You can fly in any of the entrances, like any of the windows, including even this one up here. Even the front door. Come down here, and we just get in a better camera angle. 1 second. This has more FOV on it. There you go. So we can have a look in here. No areas like this. Come down here. Got sort of a front entrancey place. Little cannon. Oh yeah, we've got a cannon on the outside. An actual cannon. That's like a little reward cannon. You can come through here as well. Because obviously that's supposed to go like that. We have this huge underground sort of mess hall where, you know, people come and eat. This is supposed to be like, oh, you know, like how you got those floating rocks in games and stuff, like those floating islands. It's supposed to be like they took a part of that and used it to basically make this ship float in the sky. This is a floating ship. This isn't a boat. Well, it is a boat, but it's in the sky. Yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah, we've got bits like this. We've got this, which if I hide that, you get a better feel for how the lighting comes in. So a little cartography mapping room. Damn boy, looks great. For how long you're working on this scene? Just over a month now? Or a bit longer? I have, if you go onto my channel, you'll see this is the 22nd episode, and I usually do 2 hours, so 44 hours worth of work. Well, I talk a lot, so I don't know if that's quite a reasonable amount of time. First video was uploaded almost 2 months ago, January 27th. I'm actually working on my own project related to floating islands. Really? That's cool. Very convenient. So I've basically gone to one of your islands, freaking hacked off some of the rock, and be like, haha, I can float my ship now. But right now we're just optimizing. Because if you look, I've got like all of these fancy little items in a bedroom, like this backpack. So I'm just gonna work on making those look nice and Gucci. But it looks super nice. Thank you. Yeah. So I mean, I would say 22 episodes means 44 hours, but like I said, I've been off and on. Talking to chat, you know, watching funny videos on stream, not always doing the work. But then, with that said, I've done stuff off stream. I never made this character on stream, so if you do want to see how I made the character, there's nothing on that. Have I made anything else on stream for this scene? Mainly it's just her, right? I think I've done some of the small things, like the framework for the interior. I think I did some of that off stream. Yeah. I don't know. It's really hard to say if I wanted to put it into hours, how long it's taken me. It's the problem when you do something for fun. You don't always pay attention to all the hours. I said that like I'm angry. It's like fun. Have you seen that GIF? Wait. Fun GIF. Oh, wow. It doesn't come up at the top. Okay. I shouldn't have wrote that. I'm glad you guys don't see this monitor. Football? Is it during football? Baseball, probably, actually. Yeah, there it is. Me. That's what I mean by sometimes I just don't work on stream. Nothing in this scene is created really to scale, but if you mean does the character scale to the ship, then yeah, she does. I basically did was I took the character, quickly duplicated her. So some stuff is too big for her, but that's kind of intentional. It's supposed to be, you know, she's kind of small. So like when I scaled her up to everything, wow, actually, have I made her a bit bigger? She didn't used to be this big to the door, did she? I suppose she used to be like this. She used to fit to everything. I'm gonna check if I've scaled her up now without remembering. Up, thank you. Oh, she's definitely been scaled. She doesn't even fit under here now. 1 second. So she should be probably 0.9. Oops. Lock them all. Oh no, that's not how that works. Oh really? I just made a shirt smaller. Fine, I'll just scale it myself. So she did fit to scale. I think she's supposed to be about that tall. So when I measured her up to everything, she was the right scale. Like I said, some things are supposed to be quite big, like this steering wheel is supposed to be quite big compared to her. That's supposed to be like sort of steering wheel. And the boat is supposed to be kind of big to her, because when I think of this boat, I think of like a big brawly man in it. So she's supposed to be kind of small to it. God, might be a little too small now though. We might have to rescale that. Hi, I am new to Blender. When you change the backpack outside, does the one on the ship also update? No, I need to replace it later. I had the best way to get a job as a game dev is to expand your skills in the dev world, like learning multiple things like you through Unity Blender. Haven't I already done that? I feel like I'm a really diverse artist. I mean, come on, I make characters, environments, props. I do technical art like materials. This isn't me putting you down, by the way. I'm just sort of explaining what I do. I've done weapons. I've done vehicles. I know how to use Blender, Maya, a little bit 3ds Max, and how to use Unreal Engine 4, Substance, Quixel, Mixer, Photoshop. Other things. It's been a while since I've labelled all the things I know how to use. Yeah, she's about right, sis. That's sort of, you know... Again, she's supposed to be small, so... Ooh. So, let's rotate it like this. So if she were to lean over this table, you know, she'd probably reach to about here. So if she wanted to grab this, she'd have to, like... Now, like in, like, animations where they sort of climb up on the table and reach over. That's the feel I'm thinking. How long are you in the industry? I have never worked in the industry. That was sort of what I was getting at. I've never been able to land a job. I've never even had an interview. Don't make that put you guys down, though. I think I've just been very unlucky. Wow. Jesus, she almost knocks her out on that. Like, compared to all of this... Yeah, she's about the right scale. Sits down there, up here, and she's got to lean over. Look at this. Look at this. We're getting that bread. There's a clip function for YouTube now. Oh, no. Don't know if I like that. Mega Cool Man's like, oh, yeah, but what's the... Wait. No, that's not what I wanted. Rub and... Yeah. Man, I cannot find the gifs I want today. With the guy who's like... That's the gif I wanted. Stonks. Is there a reason behind, or you were getting declined? I have no idea. I ask almost every time, and almost every time they tell me they're not going to give me feedback. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. I don't think I'm a fantastic artist or anything, but I apply for junior jobs and stuff, you know? I don't feel like I'm asking a lot when I apply for the kind of jobs I apply for, personally. So I actually have no idea. I might finally... I've done freelance, but I might finally get a job soon working with my mate. So fingers crossed for that. Oh, did my voice just break? Is my voice breaking? Fingers crossed. What is this song? I don't hate it, but I'm not a big fan. Do you have qualifications for 3D or you self-taught? I have a degree, bachelor's degree, first, in 3D games modeling and animation. You guys are asking the personal questions today. Don't think I want that one. Wow. Maybe I do want that one. That takes up a lot of the information here. Again, they'll let it put you guys off. I legit think it's just because I've been very unlucky. I don't really think it's been... At least for entry position jobs, I don't think it's really been my skill that's not got me to work. That's a bit better. How many polys that now? Oh, I still have 1,000 faces, really? Oh, I don't like what happened here. Let's remedy that, shall we? Pop that there. But there. I am sorry for asking. Ah, it's fine. Just curiosity. I am graduating in 3 months, but I am already in the studio. Really? How do you guys do it, man? I have been out of university for 5 years, and I've never had an interview for an art job, ever. I don't know how you guys do it. When people tell me, "Oh yeah, I got an interview," I'm like, "How?" I think it's amazing. I don't know how you guys do it. No one even wants to look at my work, let alone hire me. It's crazy. I've had one interview. Hey, at least you've had one. That's something. As horrible as it sounds, I'm glad other people are in the same boat as me. Where people are like, you know, people who probably have shown more than enough skill who also can't find an interview. It makes, like I said, as horrible as it sounds, it makes me feel a little bit better knowing I'm not the only one. It's just a bit sad, really. Build me with this hope, then it... Oh, God, Jesus. You should join Discord groups that are many offers out there. I mean, I have, and I apply there too. Actually, we'll do it from this point. I mean, maybe, like... I mean, I've updated my portfolio recently to be a bit more compact. But you said you got a job, you got into a studio. Do you think this looks good enough to get into a studio? This is my last project. No, all animated. All in the Unreal Engine. Everything I make goes into the Unreal Engine. I got my stylized scene with all dynamic materials. We can actually see them in here. Shh. Nobody wants to hear the music. Yeah. You know. This made from the ground up, not using mega scans, I want to clarify. Some people think it has. I mean, you can tell it's not mega scans. Look how crap the trees are. I couldn't get very good trees. I didn't have speed tree at the time. Still don't have it. And I've got some singular assets. Let's come into here. Whee! My tank. This guy was actually quite low poly. He was he's a very good in-game prop. You should create a tutorial for that waterfall. I love it. I'm trying. I've tried to make a tutorial for that waterfall like 5 times, and it always comes out scuffed. And I'm like, no one wants to watch how badly I did this tutorial. Every time, man. And then these are the assets you saw in that outdoor scene, except I've just thrown them into like a separate renderer. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like that's got to be graduate entry level, right? I feel like it should be. Or maybe I'm just really out my depths. Maybe people are achieving that kind of stuff really easy, and I'm just a lowly artist who's not got that talent, you know. You're using Marmoset for renders, right? For the singular assets, yeah. But for the scenes is all Unreal Engine. I'm waiting for... Well, my company said not to use Marmoset. I mean, I'd be surprised if they gave him advice. I never get advice. Oh, okay. I have a friend at Rebellion at the moment. I say a friend. I have a follower at Rebellion, and he's been trying to find me work there, which would be cool. Could you imagine? I've worked on the latest Sniper Elite. That'd be freaking cool. I'd actually love that. Sniper Elite games are really fun. I could probably get rid of all of these. I've also had a lot of practice making in-game assets, which I think is like good. If you actually look a bit ago, I worked on a freelance project, which is very fun. Because they let me stream my work, which was cool of them. Very cool of them. I feel like most companies would not let me do that. Cool, now that's a bit more optimized. Ooh, what should I look at that? It's not amazingly optimized, but it ain't bad. I should probably duplicate this and re-put it there, but I'm not going to do that. They were good. These are fine. This isn't fine. We've got to do that. I've voted for Rebellion. It's pretty close to where I live, but dude, did you actually? Every time I've looked at them, they've not had a 3D job at all. They've had like lead art jobs, and obviously I can't really apply for that. But because he was saying to me, he's like, "Oh, when you apply, mention my name," and I was like, "There's no jobs, dude. Every time I look, there's no art jobs. I can't even apply and mention your name because there's no jobs." I want to clarify, I'm not saying all this stuff to get you guys to feel sorry for me or anything. Oh, I think the stylized asset props are hard to find, like so many clicks, but they look awesome. You should put some as a separate image. I mean, I've got like the, if you didn't just see, I've got, problem is I make scenes, so I don't have like super detailed stylized props, because if I can't spend that long doing them, but I've got all these separate, sort of showing off some of the unique ones. My favourite one was this one. I like this axe. He's very simple, but I think he's got some character to him. I don't know. I really like this one. And then a candle at the bottom. I don't know if I should put on my latest character that I made. I got paid to do a really low poly character recently, and he looked like this. And it was awesome to make. He was so fun. He's like 512 texture and like 400 polygons. Yeah, he was so cool to make. It took me so long because I don't... Like I said, I can work in low poly, but that is low poly. That is like old phones kind of 3D. But it was really fun. I really enjoyed doing that. It was something unique. I've never really done something like that before. So, and like I said, I always love expanding my existing knowledge on how to do things. Steve, have you tried applying for 3D art jobs at Steel Wall Studios? Maybe? Steel Wall Studios. I mean, if it's not in this country, probably not. No, United States, probably not. I can't exactly apply for... Unless they're doing... hiring people abroad, I can't really apply for people abroad. Unfortunately. I think I shouldn't take that out and that one out. Ooh, and some of these corner ones, probably that one. And that one. Oops. Cool. Definitely more optimized. Keep going. I hate when it gets to points like this. I'm like, look at how freaking awful this looks. But when you get rid of stuff, it looks even worse. What the heck? I mean, I could collapse that. There you go. Actually, well, no, because that makes me want to do this. Oops. Thank you for my emails. I applied for Junior Environment Artist Rebellion in July 2020. Thank you very much. July. Really? Wow. Must have not been looking at it quite just then. When I applied. I think we'll leave that the poly count is at. There's a lot in the middle here that doesn't look like it needs to be there, but they fill up freaking this spot. Because of the way the edge loop works. I mean, I could probably sound like I fell off a very small cliff. I could probably get rid of one of these. In fact, if I insert an edge loop here, probably get rid of these two and half that. Good. I really don't like this, but getting rid of this. Oh, actually, no, that works. Nah, we're fine. We can get rid of those. Yeah. Cool. Nice. Yeah, you're low poly now. I should have probably kept the high poly here, you know. Have I saved the project? I should have probably duplicated it and kept the high poly. Just in case I wanted to bake any of that detail down. The hell did I just do? Oh, wow, it loaded, nice. Save. I think I did, luckily. I haven't saved it yet, so I think I have this old version here. Yeah, nice. So yeah, if I actually want to use it to bake any information down, I can just nab it from there. Cool. Junior environment artist. Hey man, apparently Junior Jobs is shooting high, I swear to God. Swear to me. I mean, fingers crossed at the job I applied for a job with a friend, and he said they should be looking over it soon. So hopefully, you know, fingers crossed, we get that. I'll obviously be streaming unless if I get a full-time job, but I'll still be streaming. But yeah, if you are someone who ended up getting in the industry very quickly, you know, I wouldn't say think yourself lucky. That sounds really rude, but like, appreciate what you got, I guess, you know. Because some people do find it very, very hard. Like I said, 5 years. 5 years and counting. Because I still haven't got one yet. So. And again, do not feel sorry for me. I do not need sympathy. I do not want sympathy, you know. I'm not doing poorly, you know. So. If you must give someone sympathy, give it to someone who deserves the sympathy or who needs the sympathy. I like how it's the most views I've had in a little bit, and it's when I'm freaking optimizing. Of course it is. The most entertaining thing I do on my channel. Optimization. Love it. I actually know a lot of people who love optimization and UV mapping because it's very like very slow, you know. It's not very stressful to do. They say it's very therapeutic. We just like to watch pain. Exactly. That's why you watch me. I could probably reduce the body count that more, but that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. What about this little bit here? Huh. Oh my god. Oh my god. That's not fine. In fact, I could probably just put decimate on this. Decimate times 2. Apply. Nice. Nice. Okay. Arrows. I shouldn't probably transfer over. Because I can throw them in there afterwards. Because they're placed around the scene, so let's just do a duplicate of the bag. Oops. Pull it back. Because I actually said the same about the scroll, but we've already optimized it now. So I've already UV mapped it. Not done U yet. So big problem here already is we have an end gone. Let's just quickly fix that. Side. Don't know what an engon is because some people said they were new here. An engon's is a side that is more than 4 sides. A face that is more than 4 sides. Sorry. So if we actually undo what I just did, you can see that that's clearly got a lot of sides to it, right? You don't usually want that. I know some people are like, well, if fine, you can work with engons. The reason you cannot work with engons is because a lot of software, including Substance Painter, will not bake high polys onto a low poly with engons. It might do now, but I'm pretty sure I didn't used to. Same in Maya, when you export bakes for the same reason. So engons are an issue. Another reason why engons can be a problem. Oh, how do I replicate this issue intentionally? Let's pull that out. Delete you. Fill you with an engon. So another problem with an engon is you're giving the software a lot more. Let's actually see. What happens if I delete this edge loop as well? Oh, wow. It just gets rid of that. That's interesting. So there's obviously an engon. Now, let's say this shape I've pulled out here. As you can see, it's trying to make a triangle here. I guess a square here because we've got a thing here, a square here and a triangle here. But what if that's not actually the shape I was going for? What if I was actually going for... Oh, if I delete it. I've got to delete it first. What if what I wanted it to do was actually this? It's something like that, right? When you make an angle and you put an engine, it doesn't know where it wants you to put the triangles sometimes. So this might be what you want it to look like when you have an Engon. But the engine... So no guests? Well, no one seems to want to chat today, so... I mean, there's programmer guy wants to chat. The engine might think you don't want what I just made. Hey, what do you think about Quicksell Mixer instead of Substance? Sorry if it was discussed earlier. I think Mixer's awesome. I just don't know how to use it very well. I've used it very little bit. I know how to use Substance, and Substance feels very smooth for me. So I actually can't really, unfortunately, give a good comparison. I know I said I can use it, but I can only use it at the very basics. So yeah, I can't really say. I just know I really like Substance, and it's hard to want to move from Substance, you know, when I really enjoy using it. So yeah, if you put it into Engine, it could think that you want it to actually look like this. Whoops, not that. Do you know what I mean? So now, I know it's like cutting in weird places. So now it's made, is that four-sided? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's made a completely different shape. So that's why Engons can be bad, especially for engines, because engines convert to triangles. No matter what, when you throw an engine, it converts to triangles. Those triangles may not get generated in the right locations if you've got an Engon, because it doesn't know where it wants to generate those triangles. You know what I mean? I was taught that in university, so if anyone questions me, you can fight me on the subject. Wrong. Programmer, one of the people who like Engons. The Engons are fine as long as you clean them up afterwards. This is all I'm saying. As long as you clean them up afterwards. Because software doesn't like baking high polys down. The only people I know who are like, Engons are fine, are people who never texture. And they don't know how much the software tends to hate it. I know quite a few people who are like Engons fine. I think one of the funniest friends I had was you can delete the ones when you don't see a part of an object. You can always delete that part to save on UV space and just effort. Like technically, I could actually probably delete all of this, right? Thank you, love your stuff. Oh, thank you. I could delete all of this. You know, it depends how much we're gonna see it. So if I were to delete that, like. Would I see that? I guess you would from this angle, so maybe I shouldn't delete that. You know what I mean? When it wants to undo. I try to spit facts all the time. Not facts. To say tips all the time for you guys. So you guys can hear what I'm saying. He goes, oh, I didn't know that. But if you guys do want to know something particular, like Imri, just asked. Go ahead, ask away. That's why I stream is so you guys can interact with me, and I can try to help you out, free of charge. I'm just that nice of a guy. I wonder if any people hear me say something like that, like I'm just that nice, and they're like, "Wow, how pompous! Look at this guy bigging himself up." I hope they think that. That's hilarious. Did I? Yeah, I did. So we can reduce a lot of this. It's got some bend to it, so maybe we want a little bit. So maybe just get rid of these ones. Like that. Here's pretty standard stuff. Turn off this, let's see what I'm doing. In the curves here, we get a nice straight bit here. Probably want to just get rid of every other one here. Maybe here. Yeah, that's fine. This will all go in the Unreal Engine at the end, for those of you who have not been aware. This is all supposed to get into the Unreal Engine when I'm finished, so we'll see how well that goes. What time is it? Okay. Decimate. Boom! Such a great sounding word. And then he was decimated. Yeah. Then what happened? Well, you know, that's the end of the story. He died. Uh-oh. Can I get rid? You know, I can get rid of these faces here. Right here, I can be like... here? How far away are in this one? Oh, it is. Discombobulate. That is also a very good word. What's the shortest word you guys enjoy the most? Like, so not a fancy word, but something you're like, oh man, I just love that word. For any of you freaking literature lovers out there. One thing I always found very frustrating, for me anyway, in academic, whether it's in academics, whether it was in university or if it was in school. School made a little bit more sense, but the idea that you have to be fantastic at English to be respected in any sort of way when you write something. I was very lucky with my teachers because both of them basically said they don't care how fancy I write my dissertation, they just care if I get the point across, which is really nice. I liked that because just because you can't write fancy, you can't write all these like sophisticated words, doesn't mean your words mean less. Shrug the light. Really? I wouldn't say that's a simple word. Yeah, just because you can't write fancy doesn't mean your words mean less, and that's crazy to me that that's so accepted that they do. Just because I can't write something super nice sounding means what I'm trying to say is worth less than somebody else. That's so weird to me. I mean, I'm not very good at English. I'm not very good at sounding sophisticated a lot of times. I try my best to, and some of you are like, what? Maybe you sound sophisticated to me. But when I'm put up against someone who actually, you know, knows the good words, I definitely don't hold up very well in those kind of conversations. It's just so strange to me how people can be devalued so much by their English skills. That's weird. Like if I walked up to you and was like, you know, oh, how are you, Steve? Oh yeah, I'm good today. Or how are you, Steve? Oh, I don't know. I was gonna say pleasant, but that's not really a fancy word. I can't think of a fancy version of saying I'm good today, but you know what I mean? That doesn't mean any more or less than if someone said I'm just good today. So why is it so important in academics? I don't know. Again, I get it when you're actually doing the subject of English, but past that, I don't think it makes much sense. Yeah, I'm well. There you go. I mean, isn't that the simple way, though? I'm okay. I think it does get to a point where it's too simple, you know. Because if you're not explaining something at least a little bit enough, it can be misinterpreted. But I think in general, if it's explained decently. Okay, so let's combine all that. So that's the only thing with a unnecessary high poly count, but that's fine. Unnecessarily high poly count. Yeah, I mean... Oh, straps. Yeah, these are very high poly. Yeah, 15,000 faces. Jump. You telling me to jump? Or was you using a word to mean feeling well? I could have probably decimated these. These are very high poly. Like, insane. In the membrane. Insane in the brain. It's funny because the only friends I ever had who disagreed with that point of like having to sound sophisticated to have any think what you're saying, insane in the membrane, any of my friends who thought that was ridiculous what I was saying, like about you don't need to sound or write sophisticated, intellectual, you know, to have your point come across. And the only people who disagreed with that were people who are really good at English. It's quite ironic, really. Like, of course they're gonna say it because they took the time to be good at English, and they don't realize they're being biased. But maybe I'm being biased. I'm not very good at English. Take a say the same about me. I'm just not good English. You know what I'm saying? English hard. Exactly. You know it. Gokuta. Gokuta. 333. Also, me talking about people's names is hilarious. I always get people's names wrong. It's great. I'm not good in several languages. Am I better than you now? Yes. Anyone, to be fair, I know this isn't what you're getting at, but anyone who can speak. What happened here? Anyone who can speak more than one language, I think are amazing. That is crazy to me that you can say. I can do a little bit of sign language. I can't really anymore, actually. I've not done that sign language in a while, but like, I was like, how? Because you don't do R, you just go, how are you? And it's like, I'm feeling, and you can be like, happy, or you can say good. No, that's thanks, so you can say good. So I'm feeling good. Can you see that? You can barely see my hands, so it'd be like, I'm feeling good. Because that's F, pretty sure. So you do that, good. And you could do I'm learning. I'm learning. Sign. It's just sign language. It's been a very long time. I actually got pretty good at it, but it's been so long since I've done sign language. I remember my friends had this saying when they went live, saying, "Boy, be my hat. Boy, be my hat, no father." So we were like, it was what? Is it? Boy, be my hat, no butter. Yeah, we I didn't want to laugh, but they did, and that was one of the ones me and my mate Jack decided to turn into sign language. I think sign language is so cool. The idea of being able to communicate with someone essentially with just moving your hands is so cool to me. Wow, actually, I kind of don't like. I mean, I made a duplicate if I didn't like what I was doing. So let me grab the duplicate. I'm impressed. Are you ready? That was barely anything. I knew every layer in the alphabet in the English, and that's the American Sign Language. In the English and American, I don't know them anymore at all. I mean, let me look at a refresher quick. Sign language letters. US. Oh yeah, because you say American Sign Language, ASL. Wait, let me see if this refreshes me. It's been so long. ASL. There's A, B, C, D, E, F. Yeah, F. I knew that was F. G, H, I, J. This doesn't look right. That is not it, right? I feel like some of these are different than what I used to do. Maybe it is J, K, L, N. So M is like that, and then I think N is like all your fingers. O, P? Q? I haven't done it in so long. This is so terrible. P, W, X, Y, Z. Z's hilarious. Just write Z in the air. And freaking Y. It's great. Does that count? I mean, maybe. I do that. I don't put up my middle finger because I don't swear. I'm a sophisticated man. What is happening here? Is that just the lighting? Oh, it's just the lighting. Yeah, it's fine. Let's join them together and try to decimate when it's like high poly like this. 1, 2. I mean, what does that look like when we finish? It does look a bit better. Maybe we add these in. We give it a little bit extra information on its shape. Like that. Maybe one here too. Because it decimated all the other areas, essentially, making that part easier to work with. Okay. One here as well. Maybe pull this one over. Yeah, it's better. Okay. Still a little too high poly. I can probably get rid of some of these edge loops here. I say probably because we don't know if it's going to break it, so... Fingers crossed that it doesn't break it, I want to clarify. But what did I do here? I don't... Is it a separate shape? What is going on? I like kind of made it separate. Probably didn't realize it did that to begin with, otherwise it wouldn't look like this. That kind of should be more what it looks like. Nothing like sub D to make errors in the middle. Pretty much. I wonder if I could connect this. Delete all these extra faces here. And then join these faces up would probably be the best way to fix this. Just leave those edges. Yeah, pretty much, right? Honestly, I could probably... I mean, it's going to be so low poly at this. Like, it's such a small area of it. It probably won't matter that I'm just going to join these up. I don't think it would. I'll pull them in a bit more. Give a little bit of leeway. Or pull them up. A tad. The only way I could fix this is by putting an edge loop through here. Then connecting that around to here. And doing the same around the bottom. But I think that should be fine. I can't mirror it annoyingly because of the way it's shaped. I can mirror the duplicate though, so we'll get rid of... Well, no, we'll separate you so I can overlay it in a second. And we'll fix the other side. Now the question is it the subdivision's fault for breaking it, or is it my fault for not, like, caring about the subdivision? I'm just winging it. Is that what I did over there? Ah, like I said, it doesn't really matter. So you will not see this. Just straight up. Oh my god, that's taking a long time to undo. I should probably save the project. There you go. That's fine. You're never going to get that close. Okay. You're separate, aren't you? Yeah. Unhide. Oh my god. Mela. On you. Good. Against this one, so I can see a bit clearer. He says I cannot see clearer at all like this. Why am I doing that? Let me place this in the right place, which is here. Apply, and then just freaking edit this one and overlay it. There you go. Cool. Nice. That's good enough. Fine. Unhide. Cool. Still 45,000 faces, still quite a lot, but oh well. I mean, again, most of that's probably come from the rope, right? It doesn't look that high poly when you look at it. It don't look low poly. But I don't think it looks high poly. How much are these again? Yeah, if we took 12,000 out of that, it'd only be 33,000. Alright, UV mapping time. We're going over to Maya. We'll just call this a hero asset. I did, don't worry. Oh, what did I press? Oh no, I pressed the wrong button and I just subdivided it. And Maya really hates high poly meshes. Oh, are we good? Nice. Okay, so first of all, freaking need to turn on that camera clipping or to adjust it. 1. Times it by 10. Get it to the center of the grid. I don't think we're going to actually start texturing today, but we'll try to get you having stuff done. If there's any time you ever want to be impressed by, not my work, but my ability to use software, is I just swapped between Blender and Maya, and I am already using the correct buttons to just navigate. That is so awkward to do. For those of you who have not experienced that before, swapping between software is garbage. Because it's so... for some reason, they all decided to change buttons. And it can be very frustrating to deal with. We're going to just unitize all of it for now, just so it's all one block. Oh, Maya did not like that. Maya, you okay? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hurt you. Maya, it's not even 100,000 polys. It's not that high, high poly. Jesus Christ. Maya's just not optimized for this kind of work. Look, it won't even let me zoom. Please, Maya, I beg you. Why are you so slow? Coming from Blender and having that work so fast, I can't even select a mesh. Select. Look how slow it's getting. Let's turn this off as well. Maybe that'll make it go a little bit faster. Maya's great software. Mm-hmm. Yep, keep telling yourself that. Okay, we're getting a little bit fast now. Oh, he says. All I did was double click. Okay. Try to not make it freak out. How do I select shell? Every time I select a new face, it gets really laggy. Really weird. Take this down for now. Don't want to. Object versus... Where is it? Is it control? Maybe I will have to learn it in Blender. Jesus Christ. Maya, it's not that high poly of a mess. Is it because I did unitize on all the UVs and it didn't like it? Let's try to close this window when it lets me. Thank you. Jesus Christ. Alright. Instead, we'll do an automatic unwrap and that'll make bigger shells. And it may be... Oh, you do double click to select it. It wasn't working because it was running so slow. Are we running a bit fast now? Okay, good. Thank you. Use max and I'll be impressed. Wow, look how small it made those. Cool. I just feel like if your software runs that slowly for any reason, something wrong with it. Then again, they might intentionally bottleneck light because obviously they want to encourage people to get the full version. That's better. Okay, how do I unwrap this? Probably just from the... So, it's like a cylinder, right? When we unwrap cylinders, you do... Well, yeah, you do one edge face. I think how you do a cylinder. You do one of these faces. Well, no, because that just disconnects the whole thing. You just do an edge face, right? Tell I haven't UV mapped in 2 months. What is this music? Now this is my jam. Cool, that comes through here. Oh wow, it's really tight on here. Comes through here. I should be able to reconnect that slowly but surely. Here we go. Here. Oh, this one. As long as that creates a perfect loop, that should unwrap, right? Yeah. It will it would unwrap as 2 separate shells. Something went very wrong. This year. It did separate the shell out. Interesting. That should just be unwrapping like a flat surface, right? Let's quickly place everything, go modify, freeze transformations. That should just unwrap like a flat object. Which it is clearly not doing. I don't even know what's connected to over here. I want to move the whole island, please. Thank you. Okay. Yeah. Am I being stupid? That should just unwrap right. Unfold anyway. Yeah, unfold. Right.
NC, we will, however, put that savings towards a new interview suit. Look what
Why? Okay, so we're already having a problem next. I'm wrapping everything. Do I need to clean it up first? Is that what it's telling me to do? Because it shouldn't be doing this. If I'm unwrapping one shell, it shouldn't be connecting everything afterwards. Mesh. Clean up. Not really sure what that did, but... Unfold? No? You are not having a good time. I really don't understand why it's unfolding more than what I'm selecting. You shouldn't be doing that. Unless I'm... Like I said, I've not used Myron in a little bit, so maybe I'm just forgetting. So if I select that and click unfold, it should just unfold what I've got selected. But it's not doing that. Which is an issue. Why is it doing that? Oh god, am I blind? Where is it? Unfold. Oh, was that layout I went into? Whoops. Unfold. Okay. Now UVs, no. Prevent self-border interaction. No, that's all, yeah, it's all set right. If this doesn't work here, I'll quickly try to do a simpler shape on the actual asset. Like the tin can, for example. So the tin can, all I should need to do is select it. Go unisize. Maybe this running slow because I've also got Blender open. May not be running slow for that reason, but we can always hope. That's all the edges, and then you just find your seams. So we probably want one in here because that's an easy place for it to cut in. We don't notice. Want a bottom face. We want a bit up to there. Perfect. Probably want one here. Here and here. Now I should be able to just maybe say that. I should make like 6 different shells for it. Unfold. Why? What are you doing, Maya? Why are you breaking everything? Alright. Mesh. Separate. Stay separate for now, my dude. Unfold. Well, that helped. It's not made the seams where I told them to go, but it's helped. I can cut the seams manually. So, let's redo it. Now that it's separated, unisize. Wow, it's running so much faster that I separated. I should have done it from the start. Not here. Not here. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Ooh. Actually, you know what? Down here, we will see this way less. See, if people like watching me suffer, watch Maya not working correctly. At least not to how I think Maya should work. That is true suffering. So that's all that. Unfold it. Okay, we're working now. Maybe he just didn't like the asset being all together. Boom. That's what our cup should look like. That's good. Move that aside. We'll... I have no idea how to UV map this. I mean, have we got a tip to it? We do. Separate you out. Almost use Blender shortcut there. Select the whole thing. Select the whole whole thing. Thank you. Wow, this is running slow. Right. They're just cylinders, aren't they? So for a cylinder, you... Oh, what is happening up here? Oh. Interesting. I mean, they should be sliced along here to make all tries at the top. Hey, I know it's off topic, but will there ever be part 2 advanced materials in UE? I would love to know how to do the scan lines in your hologram material. Oh! Yeah, I mean... That's really simple as well. Why is this one higher poly? The heck? They were literally arrayed. Yeah, I mean, the scan lines is really easy. All that is a panning texture. You have a line and you make it go, and then you just pan it really slowly, going just through the material. I said it like you should know, but yeah, it's super easy. I can show that. I did a hologram material? I don't even remember. Good hologram, right? Hologram. UFO Finance custom hologram. This one. What's going on, guys? Today I'm going to show you how to make a hologram. Yes, we want a darker blue. Whatever you've got it enabled with. You talking about this one, Robin? See. Cool, we want our fade contrast maybe. Because I guess this is a tiny bit different for how I did the scan line. Because I did it on world position in that one, which is a little different. Not a lot. A little. Wow, 19 viewers to watch me freaking UV map and optimize. Hey guys. Hope you enjoy. Let's say 15 viewers. It was like 19 viewers, sorry. Oh, whoops. I like that in Maya. When you undo a cut, it undoes the last cut. In Blender, if you undo it, it just deletes the entire cut as a whole. I'm like, oh, you gotta start again. You do a little mistake. This one's intersecting. Where is it? Oh. I probably didn't even need to do this. It was just annoying me. And I guess for UV mapping, it's easier to grab the caps. Alright, select every edge. There you go. Maya, please. Have I got stuff turned on that'll make it run slowly? Not really. We'll go to wireframe. Will it run fast like that? Nope, not really. Maya, it's really not that high poly. You need to chill. I'm miles ahead of the software alert. Oh, whoops, I didn't even do that one yet. Look how far behind it is. Yeah, I can show you the scan line for that and another video if you really like to know. No. Undo. There you go. Every edge. Am I even going to be able to double click? Like, here to select the entire edge loop. This is running so slow. Oh my god, I can. Okay. Mr. Steven, do you remember your sci-fi bar scene thingy? You had a cool sign. I can't seem to find it anywhere, so I don't know if it has what I'm looking for. The flashing sign. This. Wow. It's not flashing as much as I thought it used to. I swear it used to flicker. Huh. Oh, it flickered then. Interesting. Is that what you are referring to, or do you mean a different sign? So if we select all the interfaces, they're the ones you're not going to be able to see on the right, so that'd be perfect. Perfect. It was like a scrolling sign. Oh! You mean... this boy. You mean... this guy. There's a couple of things I did to that to make it no look the way it does. I think that's a texture as well. If you can make it in a texture, you can make it anyway. Ah, I knew it does that. Yeah, I was thinking when I said it, like, You select all these faces. For some reason, they select really slowly, but that's fine. You guys just have to sit and watch me suffer. See, I'll create my own fun when the software's running slow. I want to point out this is only 25,000 tries. That is not a lot. For anyone who has made anything high poly in a box modeling software like Blender, think of Blender. Think how fast Blender was running. Blender had like 2 million polys in that scene. I don't know, man. I don't know. I love Maya, but man, does it just not love me? Is it an image? Yes. Your text is an image, and then I got it to this. I'm pretty sure it's been a long time. But I'm pretty sure the text. This was essentially the image here with the glass as well. I'm pretty sure it was cut from here, and then I just got it to pan, and then I tiled it like what, as many times as around, and then you just get it to pan, and it just comes around the object over and over again. Pretty sure that's how I did it. I need to find this thing because I want to make a better looking space behind it. I think that, and maybe a little bit of fog. I know it was like fog in space, but more a nebula. I think will look really cool. So when I find that scene, that is what I'm going to be doing to that to improve it. What time is it? Oh, 4:15. Okay. I'll go for a little bit longer. We'll get a bit of this unwrapped, and then I'll probably do most of the unwrapping off stream, so you guys don't have to experience it. And I'll probably try to do texturing on stream, because I know you guys like to watch me do the texturing stuff, because that's actually something I'm much better at these days than I used to be. Cool. Now that should work. Should being the key word. Moving sewing this, it should, yeah, just make really long strands, pretty much. If I unwrap that, yep. The only problem is obviously if I lay that out, it's going to be really, really huge, really tiny on our little UV map. Don't crash, Maya. I will hurt you. I don't think it is, no. No, I think I've tried to do that before. I don't think there's any option to have it work that way. It's probably worth it through programming. Oh my! It's not that hard to lay 4 shells out. I know they're long. I shouldn't have clicked now. I should have clicked save, like a smart boy. I'm not smart boy. I am big dum dum. Oh yes, in save. Desktop. Backpack. This is the kind of parts of the work that if you worked for a company, they would never understand why this bot takes long. I feel like. Know what I'm saying? No, but why did this work take you so long? What the software was just running slow? Well, that's no excuse. No, it is. It's a pretty good excuse. What's the ends here? Oh. What? I swear I selected disconnect. Huh. I guess I could have him attached though. Now that they're there. So. Unfold. Save. So, preferably what I should do, let's scale it down myself so we don't go through that lag fest again. Is I should come along and ever so often just make a cut. Screens apart like this. That way it gets more texture resolution. Like that. So we were to cut that. And then we were to... Please don't crash. We were to lay that out. I'm definitely going to do this off stream. I don't want you guys to witness this. You see that? See how much more space it's given it? Obviously, I've got some areas here that's smaller than the other. But... yeah, get what I mean? I wish I could just do this. And it will select an edge in the middle. But it's not really how that works at all. It'd be great. That is the wrong button. Blender, baby. Let's blend the buttons I'm pressing. I think this song always comes up as not being liked by YouTube. You know what? The end of Hat in Time was so sad. And not because it was a sad ending or anything, just because you don't have any more of the game to play. Like, man, that was just so sad. I was like, ugh. It was just such a fun game. Lay that out, and we'll have all the rope. We'll pop this on very quickly to see if it's got UV. However, I think I'll call it a day, just because, like I said, I don't really want you guys to witness all this. I don't want to get burnt out doing UV mapping and then come on and I'm too lazy to other stuff. The UVs look good on that though. Look at that. No warping whatsoever. See, that's good. So yeah, I will actually end the stream here. And we streamed for 2 hours, which is good. And we'll come on Friday. So those of you who are not part of the Discord, you can join it. And I have a schedule there. I say at the end of my streams, Monday, Wednesday, I stream 2 till 4 GMT. We are actually in England. We're getting our daylight savings soon. So that will be slightly adjusted for you guys soon. And Friday and Saturday, which we stream at 8 till 10. So again, if you guys do want to talk to me off stream, Discord's right there. If you want to talk to some cool people in chat, again, Discord's right there. And I will catch you guys next time. Bye-bye.